Good evening, Hyperspinners. Today we're going to be talking about the Bezel project and additional Mame Bezels, so get ready. Alright guys, so the Bezel project is at it again. You know, these guys are completing, these bezel sets basically weekly. It's unbelievable. So we are going to have a full set of bezels in no time at this rate. So these guys have basically worked on a large set of Mame Bezels again. And yeah, we're going to kind of showcase some of these. So I've done some QAing, found a couple things to fix. I've personally fixed these on my end, and I will be dropping these on the Emmy Movies FTP. And I've notified the Bezel project team of the fixes, and they are going to get those things fixed. I know they're still in the process of getting the installer ready for the RetroPie, if you're into that. So that will be covered as well. But here we go. So here is the showcase of the vertical bezels, and here we go. So there are 1,600 bezels here. I think some of these may be previously worked on, but I could be totally wrong. I feel like this is a second wave, and I'm not sure if these are a complete new addition from what was already there. But again, we're looking at 1,600 bezels that are specific to games. Who can complain here? So here we go. So we're going to do the quick scan like you're used to. So you can kind of see some of these, and you can pause the video as you will to kind of see how this looks. And there's 1,600 bezels here, so I don't want to spend 10 minutes just kind of scrolling here. So we're going to just kind of move along here so you can kind of see the same quality that you're used to is out and about. And yeah, it's all looking great. We've also got some horizontal, we've got horizontal bezels that I will be showcasing here in a second. What I'll do is I'll pause the video, get that queued up, do the conversion, and then we'll showcase some of those. So I think this batch actually has a large number of horizontal bezels, which is really good. These are, top-down shooters, if you will. So that that will help improve the experience here. So I'm gonna speed up the scrolling here just so you can kind of see all of them, and yeah, we'll get back to the tutorials tomorrow here. I'm hoping to do another RetroArch maybe tutorial on how to hook it up into HyperHQ and Hyperspin, if you will. So stay tuned for that. And let's get through this real quick. So yeah, if you guys would like to join the Bezel project, it's pretty simple to make these bezels. They have a frame that is sort of the default template, and the bezels themselves, as you can see, they just kind of split up some gameplay. So I don't want to undermine anything that they're doing, because it's great for the community, and basically what I'm trying to say is anyone can do it. If you guys are willing to help out, they are always willing to take another hand, and you can find them on Facebook at the Bezel Project Facebook page, and that is sort of like where they organize and communicate like the next systems that they're doing. They're currently working on I think it's the Dreamcast, and there's a couple other rogue people, if you will, that are working on specific systems. I feel like I saw Super Famicom was also being worked on by an individual, so that's all great. I mean, the more the better, the faster the project gets completed, and I feel like we've got the determination to do so. So more to come here. I'm sure we'll be doing a video about in a week here, so which is amazing. So thanks guys again at the Bezel project, and you're doing great work. So something that I did see is this guy here. What I'm going to do is make sure that is in the vertical set. You can see the bezels here. It is wider. For some reason I did not catch that. I am human at the end of the day. But it is thinking. Something is thinking right here. And you can see I pushed the right click button, and it is spinning for whatever reason. That's Pro Golf. Okay. There we go. Let's see if I can get properties just to see the path here. This is Pro Golf. Alright, so Pro Golf, I'm going to be moving to the vertical set. And that's nothing that the bezel project did. That was my own filtering. You know, I am human at the end of the day. But yeah, you'll see the horizontal bezels in just a minute. And hopefully they blow you away as much as it does me here. So, almost done. And we are going to call this a day. I'm also doing this just to QA myself. You know, this is the third scan, if you will, of the bezels themselves. You know, this is a quick way to just double check to see if I got all the vertical shooters, and it looks like I did. Alright, so that is the horizontal bezel set, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and pull up the vertical set. Alright guys, here are the horizontal bezels here, and you know, when I say horizontal bezels, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so here we go. We have a total of 767 bezels here, just like before. I'm pretty sure these are not all brand new. But what I've done is I've just taken the whole set that the Bezel project has provided on their repository on GitHub, and I just basically did the conversion all over again for all the bezels. So we just have everything nice and clean, and it'll be a simple, you know, replace. So I'll be putting these on the Emmy Movies FTP. And here, let's go ahead and do the showcase here. So here we go. And there's one that in particular, this guy here, I'm going to double check on the settings in general, this Afterburner, just because you can see that it's just slightly bigger, so I'm going to have to customize that INI so it fits nicely, but no worries, easy to do, and we'll go ahead and keep going here. So yeah, I mean, this project was a surprise to me. I'm not sure where I found it really. Maybe it was on one of the forums. I'm active on Launchbox forums as well as Hyperspin's forums, but obviously I'm more of a Hyperspin guy. You know, maybe at this time, you know, there's the customization is just unbelievable in comparison. But you know, maybe if I was starting a brand new system and you know we didn't have any tutorials or you know help to set up Hyperspin, or I just didn't have time to you know make it my own. You know, maybe Launchbox is, you know, a valid choice, you know, for you guys. So, which is totally fine. There's nothing against it. And, you know, any front end is going to be beneficial to the community. You know, the ideas swirl, and you know, it only works out for all of us. So, right, let's see. We're almost done with here. We've got half of them done. Yep. Yeah. And for what it's worth, you know, these videos are essentially just another method to QA. Like, look at that guy. What is this guy all about here? Mag drop 3. We're gonna have to fix this. You can see that the, you know, the format here, you know, because we've got a team of people that are doing this. So, you know, who knows what will happen here. So, mag drop and Afterburner, I will be double checking here, and I'll let the team know. You know that they'll update that on the installer here. So mag drop. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Any fun times here? So this is my third pass at QAing this. So you know I felt pretty good about it. I still do. You know, there's always one or two that will you know find their way into the mix, but we always try to make it right. And how I've been QAing this is, you know, I zoom out to the smallest tile, and that's the way that I can actually identify which ones are these full bezels versus the, you know, the original, like the horizontal games versus the vertical games. It's easy to determine, you know, that these are bigger than the other ones, and from there I just manually pick those guys and move them over to a separate folder. And from there, I just have a different INI file that basically tells you the size of the games. So it's all kind of manual, but you know, it works out. And I'm going to go ahead and fix mag drop before I drop them on the FTP. But as you guys know already, if you guys have been following the tutorials in the channel, all of this fun bag is going to be under the Emmy Movies FTP, Official, Ninja's Dojo, and Hyperspin, Rocket Launcher, Media, and then you'll find a bezel folder. I'm going to go ahead and drop all of those in the main folder and replace anything that shows up. So you can see there's 1156 in there right now, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be like 12 or 1300 after I upload everything. So an extra couple hundred for sure. And yeah, that is it. So if you do have a Hyperspin setup or are using Rocket Launcher in general, find your Rocket Launcher folder, drop all of these in your media, bezels, and then main folder, and you will be good to go. So you can see I've got 211 or 200 or 2,115 bezels here, and I'll be uploading an extra 767 that are the horizontal bezels, and those may replace some of these, so that won't be a one-to-one match. I'm gonna guess it's about 2,300 if you you know, were asking me to bet here. So that is it on the bezels, and we will catch you next time.